There is no body, no weapon, and almost no hard evidence. But next week, a California man goes on trial for the murder of his beautiful young wife. Did he kill her? Or did she leave her children behind to escape a bad marriage? Jim Avila investigates the mystery of missing Nina.
Her name is Nina Reiser, and no one knows where she is. No one knows for sure if she is dead or alive. A 31-year-old mother of two, a doctor with movie star looks, who simply vanished. Ellen Doran, Nina's best friend.
Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. She's the most caring and giving person I've ever met in my life.
The search is on. Police scour the Oakland, California hills. 15 search warrants served. The latest scientific investigation techniques employed. Cadaver dogs hunt for Nina's body. Billboards posted. Rewards offered by friends for more than a year now.
I had a hope to see my friend again, and today the hope is not there anymore.
Nina and her husband Hans were in the midst of a nasty divorce. And even without a body, it did not take long for police to arrest him, charging the 42-year-old Hans Reiser with his wife's murder. Hans dodged police attempts to question him, but he did sit down with 2020 in an exclusive pre-trial jailhouse interview. So we asked him, point blank, where is Nina?
Do you think that Nina is alive, or do you think she's dead?
I think I'm the person who doesn't know.
What we do know is that Hans had no criminal record. In fact, his neighbors, interviewed while his house was being searched, were incredulous that he would be under suspicion.
I can't imagine that he would ever hurt that beautiful woman. I know he loved her much.
Many who know Hans Reiser call him a genius.
Is a different layer of abstraction.
Difficult, but brilliant. He calls himself a computer geek. Hans was a child prodigy, dropping out of junior high school and enrolling in the University of California, Berkeley at age 15, making his mark in the business world, building a technology company from nothing, developing a new computer file system some considered revolutionary. Hans's father, Ramon Reiser.
So is he a genius, do you think?
Definitely. Geniuses accomplish something, but they keep saying, what if I change this? What if I did that? And they keep thinking and thinking and thinking.
And that's what Hans does?
That's what he does.
So how did the California computer nerd capture the heart of the beautiful obstetrician born in Russia? Hans says it was by design. He went to Russia looking for cheap labor for his computer business and a bride.
I was successful. I found a wife. The women are beautiful.
Hans's search for a Russian bride ended here at a cafe in St. Petersburg. The dating service had set up a hot new prospect, but Hans didn't fall for her. He liked the young woman who came along to translate. Her name was Nina.
Ah, her voice. She has the most beautiful voice. When I first heard it, I thought, this is someone special.
Just over a year later, Hans married his Russian bride, who was by then 5 months pregnant. In this bizarre wedding video obtained by 2020, we get an inside look at this counterculture ceremony, a non-traditional wedding even for California. Held on a hillside, the wedding couple walked through a labyrinth. Hans's best friend Sean Sturgeon is dressed in drag, complete with a spring hat, and he was the maid of honor. At the reception, Hans can barely contain his joy. Nearly everyone will tell you he was smitten. In fact, that's what he tells us.
Your memories, I mean, you light up even today. Your memories of the beginning of your relationship with Nina are happy.
Yes. Nina is entirely unique. Try to imagine a well-educated Marilyn Monroe who's a doctor.
So she was special.
She's extraordinarily feminine and extremely perceptive in a way that I can't define. Very tuned into people and a gifted cook.
And for several years, the Reiser marriage seemed to go well. After an exotic honeymoon on the Nile in Egypt, where the often socially awkward brainiac cavorted on the boat, and his bride at times seemed more subdued, the newlyweds began to build their life together.
Why did they match up?
Opposites attract.
According to some, Nina and Hans had at least one thing in common. Both wanted a family. And the birth of son Rory, now 8, and daughter Niroline, now 6, were happy times for the couple.
Nina was one of the best parents I've seen in my life. She spent all her free time with them.
Hans says he too lives for his kids, and to this day writes them letters regularly from jail. It's been more than a year since he has seen them, and he was intent on reading this poem he wrote for his son Rory.
Where did you go? Are you trudging through the snow? Do you think of me? Do you cry in the night?
Why did you want to do that so badly, Hans?
I miss them so much. And it's been so long.
But it was the kids who were also at the center of a marriage that began to crumble. Fights about how they were being raised. Ellen Doran says she was witness to the emotional disputes.
He told Nina that the children don't need their friends, their teachers. They need to sit at home and learn with the computer. Her son, he said that his dad makes him sit at the computer 4 to 6 hours a day.
4 to 6 hours a day?
He said that Hans told him that it's his job.
The opposites that used to attract began to repel. Hans wanted more children and did not want Nina returning to work as a doctor.
I ran the business and I expected my wife to take care of the kids.
He wanted her to stay home and have more babies?
More babies. That was awful for her to find out that that was his actual plan.
Hans's dream of a traditional marriage that began at his non-traditional wedding was falling apart. Work at his computer company based in Russia kept him overseas most of the year. His wife, he says, was lonely.
If there are any women out there who are about to marry an entrepreneur, just understand that the dream cannot be done unless you're working 60 hours a week.
What else do you think caused the division between you and Nina?
Well, she slept with my best friend.